Now that we've talked about the different Pi system software components that comprise the infrastructure, let's talk about the individual building blocks, the streams of data that your users are going to want to see that are coming off of your data sources. Let's take a look at a simple use case. On the left, we have a pump, and on the right, we have a maintenance engineer who needs to do something with the data for that pump. Let's split this into two different sides, a machine-friendly side and a human-friendly side. Using our standard interfaces or connectors, we're going to take the data from your data source. In this case, it's an OPC server. We're going to take that data and put it into the Pi server. If we split up the Pi server into its components, we have the data archive on the machine-friendly side and asset framework on the human-friendly side. Our maintenance engineer is going to want to use a client tool like Pi Vision to access the data that they need to see to fix whatever problem is going on with the pump. Let's take a deeper look into the data archive. The data archive is going to have different Pi points. Each Pi point represents a single stream of data that's going to have timestamps and values associated with them. On the right, we see a list of different Pi points that are associated with this pump. Moving over to our human-friendly side, we have Asset Framework. In Asset Framework, our maintenance engineer is able to drill down through their hierarchy of assets, and they can see that there's a number of different attributes associated with them. At the top of my list on the left, I have my AF elements. These represent an asset, a piece of equipment, something, or any kind of corporate structure that you use to represent your hierarchy. Below the elements, we have attributes. These represent either a real-time measurement or some other piece of metadata associated with the equipment. Looking at the whole picture, I can see that my attributes on the right line up exactly to my Pi points on the left. My maintenance engineer doesn't need to know how the data is structured other than looking for the specific pump through a very easy to use tree hierarchy and selecting the attribute with a very easy name that he knows what to do with. Extrapolating this out, we can have all different types of data sources, each with their own kind of interface or connector, or using other Pi developer technologies to get it into our data archive or asset framework. Through Asset Framework, our end users are able to use all of our different client tools and have very easy to use naming conventions so they don't need to know the ins and outs of how the data is structured from the data source side.